Time.
So Rusedski would dearly like a break at this stage. 1-2.
Oh, good effort.
15 love. $30 love. $30-15. $40-15.
This is Rusedski's first appearance in the championships proper. Played here in 1991 in the junior championships when he reached the semi-finals. Failed to qualify last year.
Game. Edberg. 2 games all, third set.
And clearly there's a world of difference between playing in the senior championships and the junior, especially when you're playing against one of the world's best.
Fault.
Overruled by the umpire George Grime. Fault called.
Love 15. $15 all.
Poor miss, really, that by Edberg. The serve sat up, kicked up nice and high, really waiting to be smacked down the line. It's more like it.
Well, we see a classic Edberg backhand.
15-30.
He shapes up his racket is back early and he unleashes superb passing shot.
$30 all.
Well, this serve so powerful that Edberg struggles to control it, and he's so far out of court, he's no way he can get to that backhand volley.
First service. $30-14.
Second double fault of the game, and really not helping his cause as he goes into double figures. 10 now.
Deuce.
So often the best volley is to volley behind the player, as Rusedski does there.
Advantage. Rusedski. Deuce.
Well, again, attempting the wrong footing volley, he missed it. He'd set up the volley kill really well with a good swinging second serve. Just couldn't quite control the volley.
Advantage. Rusedski.
Trying to change tactic and go down the centre, missing it by a long way.
Deuce.
Interesting though, he's served 11 double faults, Rusedski, but look how many aces Edberg has served, only 2.
Advantage. Rusedski.
Compared with 9 by this man.
Game. Rusedski. Rusedski leads by 3 games to 2, third set. Edberg by 2 sets to love.
I think they could go on playing for the next 2 weeks, and so long as Rusedski puts that serve from the left-hand court wide, Edberg's never going to win the point.
It certainly is a very effective serve, that wide one to the backhand. Ironically, of course, it's going to Edberg's strengths, but it's obviously something that he's not used to, the left-hander. Because there are not too many left-handers at the top end of the game. Of course, there's Goran Ivanisevic. There was McEnroe, who's now retired, and Jimmy Connors, who retired.
Mark Cox?
Yeah, I said the top end of the game. That's very flattering of you. But he had his chances in that last game, Stefan Edberg. I think he'll be a little bit perturbed and concerned because his opponent served 3 double faults and he still didn't break. He had a break point and he let the opportunity go. That last game was a chance for him to really grasp this match and put his opponent away. So both players taking towels to the back of the court. It's a beautiful day, perfect temperature.
To your seats quickly, please. Seats quickly, thank you.
And the score, Edberg doing his calisthenics down there, just bouncing rather like a boxer to loosen himself up. 2-3.
That's a wonderful return.
Doesn't have to move enough there for this backhand. And he plays an absolute perfect shot.
$15 all.
Oh, wonderful point.
Well, in these situations, Edberg excels.
30-15.
The reflex volley. Look there, that beautiful angle. How quick he was with his hands.
$40-15.
And rather depressing that for Rusedski, the previous point, because he was right on top of it and looked clearly to be his.
Game Edberg. Three games all, third set.
But having stolen it, Edberg then cracks down a couple of really strong first serves. And he's starting to look the part now.
Love 15.
I think he's beginning to feel it was time they were off the court.
$15 all. First service.
Bit unlucky. Had the beating of Edberg. Well played. Read it nicely.
Rusedski anticipates so well in this point. Good volley, but the Edberg backhand is really vicious. But look at that. Superb volley.
Same formula again.
40.
Plays this serve so well. Look how far Edberg is outside the court there. A good metre or so outside the outside tram line.
$40-30.
This man improved from 603 in the world to 158 last year. Finished up 158th in the world, now ranked 155.
Game Rusedski. Rusedski leads by 4 games to 3, third set. Edberg leads by 2 sets to love.
That's the easy part of the improvement in a way, Mark, isn't it? It's rather like getting your handicap down from 24 to 15. It's then getting it down to 6 that's difficult.
Yes,
how good is he, do you think?
I think a lot of players would dispute that a little bit, in the sense that maybe it's easy to get down from 600 to 300, but that's when the competition really intensifies. There's an awful lot of good tennis players between 100 and 300. In fact, hardly any difference at all, I suspect. But as you're quite rightly say, to get into the top 50, then there is a major hurdle. You've got to consistently win week in and week out and have the capacity to beat the top players to get the extra bonus points on the computer to hold that position. But this young man is climbing the ladder gradually. He's obviously building in confidence, and we can see the way he's playing that he's excellent serve, good return, and I suspect it must be 4 o'clock or more, isn't it? So it's 5 o'clock. A little bit of late tea for some of the spectators there. So this set reaching the danger zone for Stefan Edberg. 3-4.
$15.
Rusedski's quite quick about the court. Edberg thought that he'd hit a winner there and suddenly realised that Rusedski can actually get to it, and nearly did.
$30.
Rusedski's hit perhaps too many of those, maybe being a little bit too ambitious sometimes on the returner serve. Might be better just to get it in.
$40.
And only his third ace.
Game Edberg. Four games all, third set.
And the ominous thing for Rusedski is that Edberg is looking increasingly secure on his own serve, holding to love there, and perhaps more importantly, getting the first serve in.
Seats quickly, please. Thank you. $15.
Well played.
Oh, this is a superb forehand volley. And for those of you who can remember Rod Laver, that's reminiscent of him.
Just wide.
40. $40-15.
Great return. Edberg, of course, so strong on the backhand wing and really cracking it down at the feet of Rusedski.
Game. Rusedski. Rusedski leads by 5 games to 4, third set. Edberg leads by 2 sets to love.
Well, the set progresses without a break. We've only had one break point. That was on Rusedski's serve in the 5th game. But Rusedski must be complimented in the way that he's played the set, because he's varied his serve. He's not allowed Edberg to get into any pattern. That's very important to keep the opponent guessing, and he's done that successfully, not only with the placement of the serve, but also with some of his volleys. In the last game we saw a little drop volley on the forehand side which kept Edberg guessing. So he's keeping the momentum marginally in his favour. He's got the 1 game ahead, which is quite important, and he will be now really wanting to get the first point, get a psychological edge on the Edberg serve, because Edberg has got to hold his serve to stay in this 3rd set. So the pressure's marginally on Edberg at this point. He can't afford to falter.
Quiet, please. Quiet, please. Thank you.
4-5.
Yeah, that's a lovely
15
volley.
up.
Well, Edberg in this point is forced to play a volley of the very highest quality.
Been on court just over 2 hours on a hot, sticky day. I think that'd be about enough for Edberg, probably, ideally, as far as he's concerned.
Thirty 15.
Yeah, it's a fine pass.
Quick to anticipate the ball's coming to his forehand here, Rusedski. He moves, gets his racket back early, puts the topspin on the ball, bit of disguise, right down the line.
Quiet, please. Thank you. First service. Wait, please, sorry. Oh, boy.
Played.
To look for here is how quickly Edberg gets into the net. He plays that volley some metre and a half from that net.
Game. 5 games all, 3rd set.
Just for a moment a suggestion that Edberg might be in trouble, but then again pulls out the big serves to level it at 5-all.
Wait, please.
That was a rogue indication from Cyclops.
First serve.
That wasn't.
Love 15.
And that was too deep to even get close to troubling Cyclops. It's a fairly narrow band just beyond the service line where it will give you the electronic indication, and that was way over it. He's got one back at last.
Love 30.
More importantly, not just got it back, but got it back in a really tough place for the server. And the alarm bell's ringing now for the 19-year-old Canadian.
Love 40.
More than ringing, they're positively peeling now.
$15, 40.
Just needs a couple more of those.
$30, 40.
Just like Goran Ivanisevic seems to be able to produce the really big ones when he's in trouble. Still break point though. Looked long, I must say, but it's called good. Edberg certainly thought it was long.
Deuce. Advantage, Edberg.
Rusedski still not out of the woods. Fourth break point.
Deuce.
That serve is proving so effective because he's managing to put it down both flanks. And now Edberg not sure whether he's going to be swung out wide or whether it's coming down the middle.
Advantage, Rusedski.
Good play.
Game, Rusedski.
Really
New
good
balls,
play.
please. Rusedski leads by 6 games to 5, third set. Edberg leads by 2 sets to love.
Well, that was terrific fighting tennis from Rusedski. It's a bit like trying to read a leg break bowler's googly. Mark, can you see which way the serve is going?
No, he used his serve extremely well, causing problems for Edberg. But my thoughts really here are for Edberg, having had love 40. and his opponent putting in 3 of the biggest serves. He must very frustrating for him because he played so well to get to love 40. Some superb returns of serve, put his opponent under pressure, had to work hard, and then all of a sudden 3 big serves and that love 40 lead is whittled away. And a further break point, and then we had an ace. So it really is now a time for controlling the mind from Edberg's point of view. He's got to think positively on his own serve.
Time.
Secure that, and then try to do something in the tiebreak, because he's now
To your
forced
seats
into
quickly,
tiebreak
please.
if he's going to win this 3rd set. So to remind you of the score, 5-6 in this 3rd set. Edberg showing his opponent the new balls, and he's 2 sets to love up.
Oh, yes, it's just wide. I think that's quite right. We're absolutely
15 love.
looking down that line. And I must say, it looked as though it was drifting out almost from the moment he hit it.
First serve. First serve.
Oh, unlucky,
30.
just long, good effort.
Forty love.
We had a tiebreaker in the 1st set, which went to 11-9 and was a fairly tense affair. Looks as though we've got another one coming.
Game Edberg. Six games all, 3rd set. Tiebreak. Rusedski to serve.
Well, the 1st set tiebreaker was absolutely riddled with double fault.
Wait, please.
Rusedski had his chances. He had 3 set points, but eventually Edberg took it. Now Rusedski has to win this one to stay in the match.
One zero, Edberg. Two zero, Edberg. Quiet, please, during play. Thank you.
Well played.
Plays a really uninhibited
2-1,
point here, Rusedski.
Edberg.
The backhand down the line, and he's ready for another backhand. Wrong footing, Edberg. He needed that point. So the mini break is now back on serve. 1-2.
2-all. Three-two. Rusedski.
It's well played again by Rusedski because the return of serve was good and the almost defensive volley was deep enough to give Edberg problems.
Three-all.
A good serve into the body. Half volley. Now up goes the topspin lob. It's not high enough. But actually Edberg didn't play that too confidently. The score is 3-all as they change ends. So very often this point can be a turning point. 3-all.
First service.
Oh, that's a wonderful forehand.
Well, I think Rusedski plays
4-3.
Must be the shot of the
Rusedski.
day. He covers the full width of the court. He gets some side spin, which curves the ball in down the tram line. Unplayable from Edberg's point of view. Almost a perfect point. So he's earned the break. Now, can he take the opportunity that's provided for him? 4-3.
Yeah, it's good.
4-all.
And the standard of tennis has suddenly gone up a notch or two. Great points. Back on even terms.
5-4. Rusedski.
Oh, he nearly did it again, although Edberg was covering it.
5-all.
Could so easily have been one of those that clipped the top of the net cordon over the top of Edberg's racket, but it wasn't. Oh, wonderful volley.
6-5. Edberg.
Plays a good point here, Edberg. He's into the net and he dispatches this volley very confidently. And that gives him a match point.
Quiet, please. Quiet, please. Thank you.
Almost sounded as though he broke a string on that one.
Yes, I
6-all.
think he did actually. You're right. You could hear the snap of the strings there. But what a time to serve an ace. He's done it again now against Edberg. Edberg having the 4 break points on the service game before, and then that match point, a huge ace. So 6-all now.
Oh, that's very... Well, he's hooked it out. Maybe just put off a little bit by the man slipping in the net.
7-6. Rusedski.
Well, this is incredible. It's a good deep volley. Rusedski, in his desire to gain balance, slips, and Edberg puts it out. Well, that disheartening error now gives Rusedski set point.
Seven all.
The first set tie break was dramatic. This is proving even more so.
Eight, 7. Rusedski.
And that was a really fine return, just dipping over the net. So now it's in his hands. Set point. Which way is the first serve going?
Game and third set. Rusedski 7-6. Edberg leads by 2-1.
After 2 hours and 23 minutes, Rusedski, I have to say, against all the odds, really, I think, has got a set back.
Well, this really is a surprise. Because Edberg having that match point, perhaps memories of his match against Morgan in the Stella Artois, that he had 4 match points and went on to lose. But this man in the picture here played one of the most impressive points that we've seen. It was a superb point, which rather turned the tiebreak. I felt it gave him the momentum and the energy to go on to win that third set. So there, Rusedski asking the ball girl to take the racket to get the racket that he broke. Extraordinary that he broke his string on the match point when he served an ace. He's asked the ball girl to take the racket away to have it strung. Perhaps it's his favourite racket. Well, this match is still live. So easily, Edberg, this man could have been in the locker room now. A match under his belt. He's got to fight for it. He's got to work hard.
Fourth
It's not
set.
going to be an easy tussle.
Edberg to serve. Seats quickly, please. Thank you.
So Edberg to open the 4th set.
Quiet, please. Quiet. Thank you. $15 love. $30 love. 40 love. $40-15. Second service. $40-30.
And nothing is easy for the number 2 seed, certainly at this stage in the match. He's being made to work. Oh, that's beautifully played.
Deuce.
And Rusedski is being clever there. He's returning hard, straight at the body, which is forcing very defensive prods from Edberg. Unlucky.
Advantage, Edberg.
Oh! That's got them excited.
Deuce.
The serve was wide, but it was also a footfold.
Advantage, Rusedski.
And that's Edberg's 10th double fault. Remember, he was 40 love up in this game. He's now facing break point. Oh, so
Yes.
close. And again, it was the hard return right into the belly button of the server coming in.
Advantage, Rusedski.
And this is very crisp returning by the young Canadian. He's stepping in, taking it early, and he's got the number 2 seed in the spot of bother.
Cheers.
He gets in very quickly here. It's a high backhand volley and finds the angle. And well pleased that that one was put away, Stefan Edberg. That was break point.
Advantage, Rusedski.
Well, he'd done everything right up until the point of trying the drop volley, which really didn't need to be that cute, as the Americans would say.
Cheers.
Greg Rusedski thinking well. He realised that his return wasn't good enough and it was a relatively easy volley, so he tried to put pressure on Edberg by coming in behind it.
Advantage, Edberg.
Three breakpoints saved. Now a chance for Edberg to take it.
Game, Edberg. First game, fourth set.
Good second serve,
leads
really
by 2
kicked. It was
sets to
hard for
1.
Rusedski to control, and that's an easy forehand. And pleased to, I'm sure, Edberg to have got that game out of the way. It was the longest game of the match. He had 3 break points. Is not making the winning shots that he normally would be, and that's a further illustration of the tentativeness, the pressure that he's under. But he did well in that last game, an important game for him to have won the opening game of the 4th set, because the momentum had gone away from him. And the young Canadian was looking stronger and stronger, so he needed to secure that game, Edberg. And now he really needs a break of serve. Somehow he's got to find a way of...
To your seats quickly, please.
...of retaliating to the difficult serve that the Canadian has. He's had his chances, but he's not been able to break since the second set.
Love 15.
And again.
15.
It's becoming a rather familiar pattern, that.
$30-15.
He's certainly a fighter, this young lad, and the longer the match goes on, the more he's showing that grit and determination.
40-15. Game, Rusedski.
Well, a good point here.
1 game all.
Good serve. He's
set.
into the net, Rusedski, and a good deep volley. Up goes the lob, the right shot. Now it's a tough smash, and so Edberg's able to recover. Look at that forehand. Well, that really was mishit. It bounced way outside the tram line. But a good point.
Late call, but I'm sure it was the right one.
Love 15. $15.
Rusedski again trying that tactic of coming in behind his return with the server already at the net. As a variation, it's a good one. I think it's probably one he shouldn't try too much.
First service. $30-15.
Much more like it from Edberg. There wasn't the power in the return, and he really had to punch the volley and controlled it beautifully.
$40-15. Game, Edberg. Edberg leads by 2-1, fourth set, and by 2 sets to 1.
Mark, I get the impression that Stefan Edberg might have lost a little bit of the aura of a champion. He seems to be having a bit more trouble in recent times in putting the lesser men away.
I think that's possibly true. Certainly on the back of his event at Queen's Club, the Stella Artois tournament, where he had 4 match points in the quarterfinals against Jamie Morgan, the Australian. And those sort of matches just breed, or sow the seeds, if you like, of lack of confidence, the lack of assurance of playing the big points. And he's had an awful lot of break points in this match, 11 in fact, and he's secured only 2, which is surprising. But the important thing here for him, as it was with Rusedski in the third set, is to keep that one service game ahead, because the pressure is always on the server who's serving second, particularly as the set develops and progresses to the latter stages. But of course, it's been a frustrating match for Edberg, because when he's had the lead, which is on several occasions on the Rusedski serve, the man who's about to serve has pulled out something quite exceptional.
Quite please. Quite please.
1-2.
Thank you. Love 15.
Well, this is the sort of return that might give Edberg a degree of confidence.
Oh, what a sensational shot. Edberg can't believe it.
Well, it's a terrific rally. Good return. Edberg seizes the chance to come forwards here, plays a beautiful lob volley, which I think for most people would have been an assured winner. But look at that backhand. Magnificent.
$15-30. 15-40.
Danger signals flashing now for Rusedski. His strength has been his serve, and to drop it at this point early in the fourth set would be a real handicap.
$30-40.
One break point saved, but still another one to do.
Yes.
Sturdy stuff from this young man, because Edberg was really gunning for him.
Advantage, Edberg.
Just maybe snatched at that a little, but it was a bad miss.
Deuce.
Bravely coming in behind his second service, good positive stuff, and forcing a really casual shot from Edberg. Casual in appearance, I'm sure not really executed casually, but careless maybe. Oh, terrific stuff.
Does well here. Edberg's good return down the line. He finds a superb angle, Rusedski, but of course too much open court because Edberg was too quick. Break point number 4.
Deuce.
Chance there really for Edberg. It wasn't a great second serve, and there was a big hole down that line.
Advantage, Rusedski.
Last he finds the big first serve.
Deuce.
That was the Edberg backhand. A great shot.
Advantage, Rusedski.
Oh.
Well, at last a good return from Edberg.
Deuce.
That was a beauty.
Advantage, Rusedski.
His third chance to win this game. After 5 deuces. Really important game. He just can't find that wide swinging serve that served him so well. Great smash.
Game, Rusedski. Two games
There's
all.
the angled backhand return, the half volley. He reads this smash well. He has to use his full height, though, and he buries it. Good smash under the circumstances there from the Canadian. Another long game. Hard games these are. Beginning of this 4th set.
15. Let. First set.
That's a lovely shot.
15.
Really good shot, and a chip return, and now a heavy topswing cross-court forehand. Look at the angle he finds.
Edberg giving Rusedski a bit of his own treatment, pushing him out wide on the backhand and opening up the court for the volley.
$40-15.
Plays his forehand with so much disguise. A good block return there, low to the feet of Edberg. Now the disguise is there. He didn't know whether he's going cross-court or down the line.
Yes, nice play.
Game, Edberg. Edberg leads by 3 games to 2, 4th set, and by 2 sets to 1.
Reaching a very interesting stage now, Mark. How do you read it?
It certainly is. It's a terrific set, this. We've had break points from both players. Edberg on his first service game had 3 break points. Rusedski came back from 4 break points. 2 very, very long games, and it is a real mental tussle. And this young man is rising to the occasion. He's playing some superb stuff. I'm sure he must be delighted with his own performance. He's producing strings of scintillating winners from all parts of the court. And of course, he's in the enviable situation of being able to play uninhibited tennis. There's no pressure on him. He can go for his shots. And at the moment, he's playing a match of a lifetime. But despite that, Edberg is still the 1 game up in this 4th set, 3-2. So that is quite important,
To
that
your seats quickly,
Edberg
please.
is maintaining the initiative. And that means the pressure is always
Seats
on
quickly.
Rusedski
Thank
on
you.
his serve. He's got to hold. So Edberg just loosening up. He realizes how important these first points are. The score
Seats quickly, ladies. Thank you.
is 2-3.
Love 15. $15 all. $30-15.
We're watching a very entertaining match here, with Edberg having a real struggle against the 19-year-old Greg Rusedski from Quebec in Canada.
$30 all.
Rather poor double fault. He's 13th of the match.
$40-30.
But he's served 13 of those as well, and that's he's been able to pull them out at really critical moments. He saved a match point in the third set, taking the tie-break 9-7.
First service. First service. Game Rusedski. 3 games all, fourth set.
Just coming up to 3 hours on court. And as the match has gone on, I think Rusedski, playing in his first senior championships here, has looked better and better. Edberg too has been raising his game, and it's now a real contest.
$15.
Well, I hope I don't put the mockers on Rusedski, who's been returning superbly.
First service. $30 love. 40 love.
Well, there have been points in this match, and this is one of them, where Edberg has suddenly looked as though he's stepped it up a gear and is about to take control. But so far, taking the control bit hasn't happened.
Game Edberg. New balls, please. Edberg leads by 4 games to 3, fourth set by 2 sets to 1.
Well, that's the first service game this set that's been won to love, and was almost a soft one in the contest of what we've seen.
Yes, certainly. That's the easiest game that Stefan Edberg has had for a long while. It's been a match of real frustration for him. He's 2 sets to love, and in fact could have closed the match out in the third. He had love 40 at 5-6 on Rusedski's serve, and the Canadian produced some of the most almighty serving to get himself out of problems there. 4 break points went away from him there. He had a match point, and this man served an ace, breaking the string of his racket on that match point, and then went on to take the set. Edberg saved 3 break points in the opening game of the fourth set, and then in the fourth game, Rusedski had 4 break points against him. So it really has been a seesaw match. But this man in the picture has been the one to watch, because he's produced some amazing tennis. A youngster, 19 years of age, from Canada, who's obviously an emerging player. He played here in the juniors a couple of years ago, got to the semi-finals of the juniors, has come through the qualifying. And that really is a great asset for him, because he had a lot of competitive experience on grass, and he's playing with full confidence at the moment, opening his shoulders, going for his shots with no fear at all. Now the score, 3-4. Rusedski to serve. One of the few really good returns of serve we've seen from Stefan Edberg. That's a forehand down the line. So often, though, the first point is a big psychological point. 15.
15. $30, 15. $40, 15. Game. Rusedski. 4 games all, fourth set.
And that was as convincing a service game as he's had for a while. It's that serve to the backhand of Edberg in the backhand court that has been so effective, swinging away. Edberg often not able to lay a racket on it at all.
$15.
Well, this backhand
15.
really is quite exceptional, isn't it? He leans forward. Look where he's inside the baseline and a really sharp swing, a penetrating shot.
(30-15).
And of course, the effect of returning like that is to put even more pressure on the server, particularly on the second service.
First service. (40-15).
Wonderful
Game
volley.
Edberg. Edberg leads by 5-4, fourth set, and by 2-1.
Important game for Edberg to have won there, and things now get psychologically more difficult for the Canadian Mark, I think, because he's lost the match if he drops his serve now.
Yes, some good play by Edberg, and he was looking much more positive on his own serve. Excellent backhand volley to clinch that service game. And the pressure really now is on the Canadian. He's got to hold his serve, as you quite rightly say, to stay in the match. But the amazing thing about this man is that when he's been down, he's been able to produce something exceptional. And he's used his left-hand serve to great effect. He has a lot of slice on this serve, and it moves through the air a lot. It's difficult to read from the returner's point of view. And even Edberg's backhand, he's provided all sorts of problems, as you quite rightly said, in the backhand court. So, can Edberg manage to get a break of serve? He's only broken this man's serve twice in the match, and that occurred in the second set.
Quiet, please. Quiet, please. Thank you. 15 left.
Yes, we had a rather curious little run. The first 3 games of the second set all went against serve, but apart from that, it's just been the tie breaks where serve has been broken.
(15 all). (30-15).
Wasn't a bad second serve, but it wasn't a brilliant one. But Edberg's return missed by a mile.
(40-15).
No shortage of support for either man.
Game. Rusedski. Five games all, fourth set.
Heading inexorably towards another tiebreak. I'd say that fluttering flag shadow can't be too easy for Rusedski, who's receiving now.
Well, this is a shot that we're very familiar with seeing, this backhand volley. Not an easy one, but Edberg made it look very simple.
Correction, ball was good. It was an ace. 30 love.
Only Edberg's 7th ace of the match.
Love. Quiet, please. Thank you. Game, Edberg. Edberg leads by 6 games to 5, fourth set, and by 2 sets to 1.
What money on him breaking serve now then to take the match?
Well, we can have a look at the break points, and there we can see that tells a story, really. Edberg has managed to get himself into a situation to break, but has only won 2 of 15. Not the sort of percentage that a player of this caliber and experience would be happy with. He's had all of the chances. He really hasn't been able to take them. Partly, though, due to his opponents able to raise his game. And in fairness to the Canadian, he has played some tremendous stuff. Now he's faced with a situation, though, serving for a second time to stay in the match. Last time he served well. He won to 15.
Time.
He has everything to gain, though. He is in that enviable situation where really it's a wonderful match. Out on court 2, which is the court that many players just don't like to play on. He's got, and Edberg is finding difficulty here, as others have before him. He has nothing to lose. So the score, the fourth set, 5-6. Rusedski serving.
Quiet, please. Quiet,
to stay
please.
in the
Thank
match.
you. $15 love. Wait, please. Ball boy. Thank you. $30 love.
After practically every point, he's been toweling down.
This is a good luck token.
$30-15.
A little bit overeager, saw the high return, just snatched at the volley. Oh no. Well, I'm not sure whether that's in or not.
40-15.
Yes, it's good.
He really opens his shoulders there, Edberg, and that ball, was it in or was it out? It was called in. Bit lucky.
Game, Rusedski. Six games all, fourth set. Tie break.
Well, that point to go to
Edberg to serve.
40-15 was a big one for Rusedski.
Quiet, please, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
This is going to be a tense tiebreak. Great play.
Edberg plays superbly here because it's a good return. Look, from his toes, he managed to
1-0
play such a
Edberg.
superbly placed backhand. A difficult overhead, lots of time to think about it, but he managed to put it away. Good play by Edberg.
At last,
2-0 Edberg.
Edberg has won a point to that ball swinging wide on his backhand. It's taken him a long, long time to work it out.
$3-0 Edberg.
Rusedski's 15th double fault coming at a horrendous moment for him.
Determined to get on top of the net here, Edberg. Difficult volley. He moves in very close, covers the forehand side, and is there.
4-0
Just manages
Edberg.
to get it away. Little bit shaky, but good enough.
Yes.
Well, look at Rusedski. He's moving around. The ball is
4-1
coming to his backhand. He
Edberg.
takes it on the forehand. That was a go for broke return. He had to make that one. So that secures just 1 point against the serve. It's a 1-4 deficit.
Chance for Edberg.
$4-2 Edberg.
Really was a chance too, and he missed it.
Yes, the forehand return of serve has really been a liability for Edberg. He's had the chances and he's missed so many of those. I suspect he's got a bit of a thing about his forehand. So many people talk about it, and in times of pressure, that's when those sort of shots are inclined to not function as you would like. But still, he's leading 4-2. The Canadian has 1 more point on serve.
4-3, Edberg.
Tremendous spirit from the Canadian, but still Edberg has one serve
Quiet,
advantage.
please.
One
Thank
mini
you,
break,
ladies
if
and
you like.
gentlemen. Quiet, please. (5-3), Edberg.
Rusedski had the sniff of a chance there, if he could have just have controlled that forehand down the line. Oh, sensational shot.
Well, it's incredible. Good return. It's a block return. It's a low ball. And look at this backhand pass. He turns his shoulders and hits
5-4,
a most
Edberg.
fantastic backhand down the line. Totally uninhibited. And he's really
Quiet,
pumped
please.
up, isn't
Thank
he?
you.
4-5.
(6-4), Edberg.
Well, he held back a little bit on the first serve to make sure he got it in. Not a difficult volley, but he's put it away,
Thank
and
you,
it's a
ladies
second
and
match
gentlemen.
point for Edberg.
Thank you. Quiet, please. Quiet, please. (6-5), Edberg.
Still match point. The first set tiebreak went to 11-9. The third set tiebreak went to 9-7. Close, competitive, battling tennis. (6-5) to Edberg. That's it.
Game, set, match, Edberg. Edberg wins by 3-1. 7-6, 6-4, 6-7, 7-6.
Well, the umpire and the crowd said all. A quite magnificent first round match. And the number 2 seed is through, but it was mighty close, Mark.
It certainly was, but perhaps with benefit of hindsight, Stefan Edberg will be pleased to have had that match. He really had to work hard. His opponent played superbly. He had to find his best tennis to win. And he will go into the locker room a relieved and a happy man.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the interest of security, may I remind you to take all property with you when leaving your seat or viewing position. And any spectator leaving the grounds for the last time is asked to deposit their ticket in any one of the red return ticket boxes. This will enable the tickets to be resold for charity. Thank you very much.